Hi guys, Awakening Animations here with another 2.8 tutorial. So in this tutorial we're going to try and do a whole workflow thing creating a game assets. So we're going to create a shield similar to this guy, Matt Luxton. So I just found the shield on Google, and when I clicked on it, it took me to this guy's portfolio. Pretty cool. He shows the wireframe and his maps. Um, but yeah, we're not going to create this exact model. We're just going to use this for the rough shapes and kind of create our own looking at other references. So this is a very basic shape, but we can do a lot of nice things here. So try and follow along, but make it your own and use it for your portfolio, since we're going to texture it, stylize it, and make it ready for any game and render engine. Okay, so with that said, let's get started. Um, so yeah, we can bring in a reference for our top here just so that we can really copy the shape well. Um, I downloaded this somewhere. Uh, okay. So in 2.8 we can usually just drag and drop our reference. Every time I do it for some unknown reason, um, I get an error, and then I just do it again and everything works out. So yeah. So let's center this on the origin here, to cursor, and there you go. This should be 100% centered, as this is obviously a 3D model, but anyway. So let's get started. Let's bring in a circle here. Okay. Um, First things first, let's scale this guy down a bit and move it out of our way, somewhere down there, and then we can make sure we can't select it, and let's just move this to a new collection and just call it ref. That way I can, okay, it didn't go into there because I can't select it, so let's drop it in there, and this way I can lock the group or hide the group instead of the object. Cool. So circle, we can drop this in this collection, call it modeling. We're going to change these names later on, but that's a good start. Okay, so this circle we're going to delete it quickly because too many vertices on it. So let's bring in another one and drop this down to 16. Yeah, let's just say 16. Okay, so it's quite low poly here, but that's fine. It's good to work with low poly first. So let's bring this up to our main shape, something like so. Okay, so um, as a matter of fact, I might change this because I think I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So let's try a circle with 18. Circle 18 instead. Bring it up. So it's still not matching those planks, but if we rotate it, it's not matching 100%, but it's matching fine. Since we're going to make this our own, it doesn't matter. But there we go. It's just what I wanted, is that these things kind of line up with this wood pattern we want to capture thing. So yeah, let's scale it up slightly bigger than what it already is and clear the scale immediately. The next step here is let's just clean this up. we will be able to, sorry, use this shape for the bottom part of the shield as well. So now that we've got that, we can just connect some vertices here that we know need to be connected, since they're going to form these planks on our low poly model. And the reason I'm putting that on the low poly model is simply because if you take it into a real-time renderer, it's going to cast shadows, and it's just going to look better when you bake your details and have that groove in there to capture those shadows. And it just helps with texturing as well to create some masks. So at the moment here we've got quads. We really don't need more than that. We most likely going to sharpen crease these edges at a moment, but we'll get there with when we do the subdivision. So the next thing is to do these wooden planks, I guess. So we could work with a mirror, and we might as well work with a mirror. We're definitely going to delete this at some moment, because when we add a subdivision surface, it's not going to be equal. But just for now, we might as well. So let's delete this side. Just quickly drop a mirror here onto, that's very funny, rotation. There we go, that was our problem. Rotation, scale, and we'll come and fix that. So clipping on, make sure these guys are connected there. Okay, so now we've got that, and the next step would be sorting out these grooves here. So it's going to be quite simple. We can grab every edge here that's going to be our groove, and yeah, we're going to bevel it. So Control B, something like that, maybe smaller. Okay, and add one loop inside. Okay, and we can take those loops now, and we'll just bring them down on the Z. Okay. So there we go, that's our low poly wooden plank there complete, actually. And yeah, that's really it. What we can do just to make sure everything is working out well here is just add a subdivision so that we can see what's happening. Sorry guys, I'm having a brain fart here. Just trying to double check something, because I can see it's not really smoothing out well around these parts. As you can see, it's like it's not getting rounder, which is weird. It should be getting rounder. Okay, anyway, so let's remove our subdivision here, and what I want to do is grab these outer edges first here, like that, and use the mean crease here up to 0.6 maybe there, and take then our inner ones here and put them on something like 0.85. Now we've got our subdivision on, but those creases look a bit better, more what we were looking for. We're still not getting our round shape here. We'll figure that out soon. Um, it is weird, but anyway. Okay, so that's done. We're going to use another circle um, here. So maybe first thing I can scale this up like that and clear the scale. Okay, so let's bring in our other circle here. Just hide that. This one we can keep it on 18 as well. And I'm gonna make it slightly smaller than this one. So I'm not really worried that they rotate it differently. We will work with that soon. So with this guy, we can immediately clear the scale, extrude, scale, shift Z, and we'll make ours a bit thicker, something like that. Okay, and now we can come from the front view and extrude this down. Okay, so quite thick actually. This is a shield, so why not? Let's bring it up to there for now. And we want to match this extrusion here, so extrude again, scale, shift Z, and just kind of match it up there. It doesn't need to be perfect, but it seems like we've kind of got it pretty well. And yeah, so one thing that needs to happen here, now I didn't think about there, is I want this to be higher than our wood, so I might as well just scale only on the Z this time. What are you doing? Scale Z. Yeah, so something like that. That way we can take this edge and this edge the same time, why not? And extrude, let go of it, scale Z, and just take it down, something like that. Okay, so this is kind of like we've got our wood inside here, and the metal is what's holding it together there. So that's the start of this, and looks like we've got some fixing to do there. Okay, and now we can select this guy and add another mirror to him. Put it above the subdivision surface. We don't need clipping on this guy, but we want to mirror it on the Z axis. Okay, that's right, it just looked wrong. And we want to mirror it across this object here. Sorry about the noise. So this object, circle 1, don't know why it's not being. Okay, so that's my problem. This one should be up there. This one should mirror over the object. Okay, that's really weird. Control A, scale, Control A, rotation. I really don't know what's causing that. Anyway, let's not kill ourselves over that. So let's duplicate it then. If it wants to be so problematic, rotate 180. And we should have the same thing. So that was really not friendly. But anyway, it's done. We've got our shape. So let's complete this guy by adding our subdivision surface on him. And we can add one edge loop in here. It's stupid, we might as well just add two. Scale Z, take it up. Something like that. And we're going to do the same here. This time we need to manually drag this edge to the side. I'm double tapping G to slide these edges. Sorry, I lost my words there. So one on top. We should have the other edge here, and this edge I'm just going to do Shift E and 1. So that just adds this mean crease on one. So here I'm gonna add one like so and like so. One here. Sorry, my keys go missing sometimes. And Shift E1 on that edge as well. Okay, so if we smooth this, that's what we're left with. It's not that bad. But our edges here, we might sharpen this guy a bit more. Like so. Okay, so that's fine. We've got our detail on that. So now we can focus on our centerpiece for the front, something similar to this guy, but not completely. So yeah, I've got some more references up on the other side. So I've got a whole bunch of different ones, but I'm using different pieces from each. So let's quickly drop in our next piece. So let's name this quickly. We're going to join them eventually, but anyway, metal rim. This is wood, and I'll just join these two guys, or maybe not right now, so let's just say wood T and wood B. There we go. And yeah, so now we can start this other piece here. So let's bring in another circle. So this thing just consists of circles, and yeah, I'm happy with where my one's placed. I'm just gonna bring this down into the wood slightly there, and then in edit mode I'm going to extrude it up. So I want to bring this one down a bit more just to be sure. Select all with A and hit Shift N to make the normals consistent. And now what we can do is extrude, let go, scale, Shift C, bring this in. Something like that. And now we're going to get a kind of circle effect here, but before the circle, like a kind of ball effect. Before that, I want to extrude a little piece up. And to make this circle really perfect and nice and roundish, we can just see how many points we have. So we've got 18. That's simple enough. And in edit mode, we can bring in a UV sphere, like so. Um, yeah, these top parts are never nice, but um, let's try something else. Let's see if I bring in a cube, subdivide it like 3 subdivisions. Give me one. 16. So yeah, not what on. Anyway, we'll fix it with a normal circle. So let's just bring our cursor here, bring in that UV sphere, drop this down to 18 and 18 just to be sure, whatever. So this is our top rings actually, so we don't need that much. Something like that is fine. And that should have been where they placed our circle, but it's because of the amount of loops I've got here. No, not this one. Let's get 8. There we go. That's better. Okay, so let's grab. Okay, so Control IH. Now we've only got the sphere here. Okay, so now we can scale the sphere down and try and match it with that rim we've got. So doesn't need to be perfect once again, but we can do our best. So there we go, that should be fine. And yeah, bring it down on the Z. And just to not make this too complicated, we can just grab these guys, bridge the edge loops, go into edge selection, Control Alt, select all these edges, and then go X, edge collapse, and we've got that. Okay, so I know we're gonna need an edge loop here because I want this to kind of be flattish, this section here. We're going to need a loop somewhere around there and around there and there, and this edge down here we're going to increase it of 1. Cool. That means we can add our subdivision here, shade smooth, and everything's gonna look good except our beautiful triangle fan up here. Which there are ways that we can solve this. So first, let's see. So I'm gonna make it really small. Something like that. Okay. We want to compensate for that, so something like so, just to compensate for it. Okay, and I don't know, let's just bring this more. Something like that. Okay, and already that's going to look better, but not good enough. Okay, so every second edge here. So still not great. So let's just do what we should have done already. So grid 4, and let's just turn this to get it right. So I like that. That's fine. Um, let's see. So there we go. It's starting to get better. We can just smooth the vertices some more. Circle it again. Okay, so there we go. That's better. And what I want to do here as well is maybe grab all of this in the bottom here. Ugh. Okay, up to there is fine. Hide it. Then I'm going to select those faces there. So to do that, I selected the first one, Control Shift Select, and it selects the patch in between those. Okay, and now with proportional uh, editing, so here I'm going to bring this down and just change how it's doing things here. So I'm going to remove that, and I'm going to take the rest and bring it down like so. Okay, so there we go. That's more or less what I wanted for that part. All looks good, and that's for the top of our shield. I'm feeling that things are a bit too hectic here. Um, so what I'm going to do is select both these pieces and edit them together. So I'm going to take like so and bring it up. Something something like that. Okay, make it a bit more thinner, and I want to round these edges a bit more on the outside only. So bring them up, and bring this one in, and that should just give us a bit more rounder, softer edge there. Okay, so maybe we can save this since I haven't done it yet. That's really bad. Blender 1.8 tutorials, shield, oh my soul. So there we go, shield and shield underscore 01, save. So for the next part here, we want to create a handle. I guess I've been recording for a while, so this will be part one, creating the shape. in the next part, we're going to quickly create our handle in the back here, and then we're going to separate and duplicate these pieces so that we have two versions, one that's going to become our low poly and another one that we're going to uh, I'm lying. I'm lying. We're going to keep this model, give a multi-resolution subdivision instead of the normal subdivision surface so that we can sculpt some details here and get a normal map. And then we'll go through texturing, UVing, and all of that good stuff.